going to assist in the processing, but I'm assisting in the processing of something I wouldn't do. And I don't know how to do this right. I don't like it. That's just me. I understand it. I don't get it. My lawyer brain
Loki,
says
what
no.
are your thoughts here, brother?
I don't like it.
You haven't said a word.
Yeah, Loki, what do you... Nah, Loki has been agreeing, but...
My thoughts and my novel legal expertise, not too good, but I would say that when somebody is on the scene of a shootout, they're GSR positive. Obviously, at that point, you have the PC to search them. You can then, you had to take them to the hospital, and you're free to take the gun off of them. Because you had RS in the first place, regardless of if they say it's self-defense, you as a police officer are still allowed to investigate the nature of what happened. Therefore, running the gun is completely legal.
But that's the right logic, and that's what is right. But that's not what happened, and that's the problem. And how that's been handled.
What happened?
Are you hyper focusing on the movement of Suarez?
Maybe.
I think so.
Hey,
I mean,
what
it's been
about-
confirmed that
what
you're
about
allowed
your
to.
issue
I
with
listen.
movement?
I know what you're thinking, Croc, because I thought it was like that as well, that you weren't allowed to move. But I mean, apparently it's been changed the
lawyer
past couple of months, which I don't
also
know.
brought it up, right? If while he was like in the hospital in detainment, still being questioned at the hospital, we ran the gun. Well, good, but it's the movement of the person, and like we held him there to continue further looking for crimes after we had cleared him of the initial shooting.
Wait, when did you clear him of the initial shooting?
We didn't. We never
When
really
he was
cleared
here
him.
in the
I never
house?
cleared him. I gave
you had
the
PC to
call.
arrest him.
I made the
Yeah.
call.
I guess I'm just in a position
So
where
so here's the thing, Croc. He gave his statement of what happened, sure, which is lovely. But to every single crime scene, there's always numerous different factors. If you did something, you're gonna say you didn't do it. That's why we have to question everybody to find out. Okay, what does everybody else say? If 6 out of 9 people, or 6 out of 7 people said, "Oh, Suarez did it," then Suarez did it. You know what I mean? That's what we have to find out.
yeah, that's what I just find out. Just me personally.
Here's the thing:
like,
you had PC to arrest him, in general,
Yeah.
and then if later when he's here you decide,
I don't think
he
we had
acted
PC
in
to arrest him at all.
self-defense.
We had the reasonable suspicion, but we
Right,
didn't
PC to
have.
search him. Sorry.
Yeah, we
And
had
then
the
bring
right
him
to
here.
search him. Yeah, but the problem is that didn't happen. So Bradford, I guess like, no, you wanted to ask him about
What
this,
didn't
didn't you?
happen?
The gun wasn't taken from him.
I told on scene that not on the scene at the hospital that we need to be taking that gun and running it.
Yeah.
Suarez said what? No.
Yeah, he wasn't too happy.
Fuck him.
What are we still confused about?
No, we're not confused. We're just sharing each
talking
other's
in
thoughts.
circles.
Well,
Okay,
yeah, we're waiting.
okay.
That he's talking to his lawyer. That's why we're just
Who's
waiting.
the lawyer?
Roman Atlas. He also requested, like, he wanted 2 more lawyers, and we said no.
We denied
Wanted
it.
Murphy and Acker.
Well,
Yeah.
first of all,
Chat,
Murphy
if he
can't
didn't
do
say
anything
no,
because it's
I
not
don't know
our
that.
problem, so
Yeah.
That's not
He
our
wanted
problem.
2 more lawyers.
Yeah,
Wanted Acker, and if not Acker, then Murphy.
he wanted the whole squad with him.
Wasn't there a thing about that being a
Yeah.
big no-no?
Yeah, then I
Looks
think
like
you made that.
Suarez doesn't
right?
know what he's doing.
Yeah.
What did you
I
say?
don't know.
What about me?
No, didn't you like announce that in a meeting a few days ago about
No,
the
I
whole
was
like?
talking, no. Legal aids. Like lawyers need to be called before legal aids. That's what I was talking about.
Yeah, it's
okay.
lawyers before legal. Yeah, I saw that.
But if he says he wants 2 more lawyers, we're fine to saying no to that, right? Since he already has one.
He gets one. He doesn't get
Yeah,
the
exactly.
fucking.
All right.
He can choose which one he wants, like if they're in limitless. But
Yeah.
after that,
Yeah, no,
he
it had the
needs
right
to-
say you have the right to an attorney present, not attorneys.
yeah, exactly. I agree.
Oof, mic drop.
Like he's allowed.
You
He's
wanna
allowed
talk
more
about-
lawyers than
you
he
wanna
Yeah,
talk
has.
that
about
was
technic- you
nice.
wanna talk
That
about
was
technicalities?
nice.
There you go,
Yeah,
buddy.
yeah,
That
yeah.
was nice.
If he wants more than one
2,
attorney,
yeah,
then he
2
can go
and
for it.
bench. Yeah, exactly. I'm all for that.
mean,
I
he's
agree.
Probably
With it.
gonna take this to bench.
Oh yeah, it's
Try
going to
to.
bench.
I don't think. I
Bro,
don't
it's
think
about to
he's
be
investing
7
PC.
a.m., man. Let me nap, bro.
Again, if he goes to bench, he's catching one felony one way or another.
Yeah.
It's either
Yeah.
he didn't report that gun stolen and it was used, and then he somehow got it back,
I can't go to bench.
or
Listen,
you
yeah,
can't go
you're
to
good.
bench.
I feel
I
like
mean, it is my 95 anyway. So
I feel
you're
like
good to
I
go,
know
bro.
too much about this scenario.
What?
I feel like
Well,
you frustrate the
You
fuck
were
out of me
on
sometimes.
duty. What do you mean
Uh,
you know too much?
No, he wasn't.
Yeah. What do you?
No, he's talking about the
the rub
fucking
and
rub
tug
shit.
shooting.
This guy's an idiot. This
The
guy's
rub
an
and
you're
tug
going to
idiot.
bench.
shooting-
You're going to bench, or I'm tapping you.
The rub and tug shooting has
think,
almost nothing.
I
to
don't think
do
I'm
with-
allowed to go to
Make a
that, my
choice.
friend.
Make a choice, Croc. Make a choice.
Brother, I don't think I can. I think my brother, please no.
Listen, a DAP or the Bahamas, pick one.
Yo, just to double check, what's the is it called misuse or what? What is it called?
Criminal negligent ownership of a
Please
firearm.
don't send me back there, please. What?
Back where?
Give me the daps. Give me the daps. Give me the daps.
Nah, you're good, Croc. You're good, brother.
Oh, trust me, I love going to court. I just don't think I can.
I mean, the only arguments that his attorney made was he tried to make the fruit of the poisonous tree argument, which was already confirmed by Judge Adams. That doesn't work. And then he said something about why not just release him at the hospital and take his gun and run it and put out a warrant.
That's what.
but we had like
I
20
thought, right?
Massakas on scene.
Why would I do that
we-
when I have him?
Yeah.
When I have him,
Because
why would I do that?
Because I don't think legally we can, right? It's just me, right? I don't feel
You can
comfortable.
hold someone
with
to
it.
investigate.
Yeah, it's like we put him on an investigative hold. Why would we just let him go?
It's dumb technicalities, brother. I when I was a lawyer, I used these to my advantage, and you'd be so surprised how many officers ignore these exact technicalities that I attack and I win.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't think we have, and if we lose, then
What
Well,
technicalities
I don't
are
know
you
what
talking about, though?
technicality. Yeah.
The technicality of right is we have the right to push charges within 30 days. In this case, we held and detained a suspect longer to find evidence beyond kind of like
To investigate.
to investigate. I don't know. Look, my brain says it all,
Listen,
but my lips
so-
aren't speaking it. I don't know how to word it.
No, I get you're good. So when it comes to reasonable suspicion, when you detain somebody, you can only have them detained until you are done investigating, which means, well, that's layman's
bunch
terms,
of
but
this.
like, which means if you go to a traffic stop and you detain somebody and you're like asking them questions about like where are you coming from, why are you speeding, blah 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 blah, and then you just like don't have a reason to hold them anymore, you cannot keep him detained. But we still have a reason to hold him and detain him because we were investigating if his gun was hot or not, as it had been used on that scene. We did not, like, you guys got it legally and you went from there. So you guys are completely within your right to still hold him.
Hold on 1 second.
So I agree.
You're completely fine there.
I do agree.
Murphy Braun was not allowed, right? As the lawyer?
Murphy Braun's the head of bar. He just
He is
shadows.
actually
doesn't-
allowed to. He is actually allowed to act as a lawyer.
He just shadows. That's what he said himself.
Well, he's.
Well, up there and he watches
Suarez
over.
has fired this guy and would like Braun.
he fired you.
Yeah.
For what reason?
Damn.
Bruh.
Well, I
Hang on,
guess
for what reason?
Oh.
Because he wanted a additional counsel and he did not get allowed.
Wait. He fired you because he wanted an extra lawyer, so he's getting the lawyer that he wanted to help you?
Let's just
Is that what's happening?
let's just move past this.
No, because this is a loophole to getting his 2 fucking lawyers, and that's not happening.
I will say words to you later, Decker, if you wish to talk about that.
As long as you don't dunk in me.
I'm not.
All right. Am I cool to
dunking
call
you.
Braun or what?
Just fucking call him. I'll handle the judges.
All right.
Yeah.
So back
What's
to your
wrong?
point, Decker.
That's funny.
I agree with that statement.
Suarez fired his lawyer so he can get another one.
I guess the logic I look at, right, is I look at it the same scene as like waiting for K9, right?
Yeah.
We can't hold someone at a traffic stop
Exactly.
longer waiting for K9. We can't hold people to wait to run a gun. That's the way I look at it.
But that's
But he's
Slightly
still
different.
under
Because-
investigation for being involved in another crime, though. That's the
Yeah,
problem.
but because we can see the casings, the blood, the projectiles there on scene, but because we need additional tools of investigation, say, oh, maybe there's drugs in the car, we need to wait for the K9. Oh, maybe the gun's hot, we gotta go run it. Like, that's the way I look at it. We're detaining them to go and use other tools to assist within the arrest, such as like
Well-
calling K9, and that's what happened.
don't you think it's
So-
different between a traffic stop and a shooting as well?
I believe the
Like,
same
no one's saying
principle
on a
would
traffic
stand.
Hang on,
stop.
before you go, hang on. Roman, just a heads up. I love you to death. You're a great guy, but he's fired you, and if you repeat any of this to anybody, I will have your fucking bar.
Oh no, I know.
Okay.
I'm literally
need to
not paying
leave.
any attention. I'm
No,
not. paying
he's
any
been fired.
attention
He
until I
can't.
be
He
let
literally
out.
can't do anything. He can't
Yeah.
even be the guy's attorney in a later date.
I'm
so
gonna
it's fine.
escort you out the building. You're not meant to be here anymore.
That's what I've been waiting on.
Come with me.
5803.
Chat, not gonna put you in jail. Stop insulting
I've
Decker.
literally been waiting for somebody to let me out.
Okay, goodbye.
Yep.
I will know if you recite any of that information.
I don't even know what you're talking about, but okay.
Good. Goodbye, Roman. Hey, release chat from jail.
Much power
Stop
this
banning
gun
people.
is, if that makes sense.
Only him on scene, whatever. Okay, it's pretty cut and dry, but there's 6 different suspects. We have to verify statements. We have to ask everybody. It's not a thing you can do immediately.
30
you know?
days. Like, we have the right to put... It sucks. Trust me, it stinks. I hate doing that shit. But it's also, they're right. We do also have the ability to push within 30 days. We got to throw up a warrant. We got to throw up a warrant. It sucks. But we got to get through the suck.
Well,
Listen,
yeah, but
did we decide what the
that's not
charges are
the-
today for this big event? Because they asking for the charges. I still don't know what our charges
They
are for
haven't been
today.
Oh,
sent.
poor Coyote, bro. Oh my God.
Speak with Avery in Slacks, please.
Yeah, exactly.
The thing is,
And then,
yes, technically, right, you could
hired said lawyer to call another
let Suarez go at the hospital,
It's quite
but
literally just coming off like,
in this situation when there was a bunch of evidence to be processed and everything, it's reasonable
both in here to help me.
to keep him detained and investigate.
It's not. That's what I believe. It's if we have to prolong that, we're prolonging it, right? We can't like unless we have like something signed on it. If we need to hold someone for an investigation, it's got to be big enough to put them on a 24-hour hold or using the hold system, which we have. That's why we have that system in the first place, because we can't just keep them there forever until we've got what we need. If we don't got what we need at the time, and it's not reasonable to find it within that time, then we need to, unfortunately, in my opinion, let him go, which stinks. It fucking smells. It smells putrid.
Yeah, no.
But it's the system that we signed an oath to enforce.
He should fucking know better, especially
What are you saying?
slap on resisting arrest right
It
now.
stinks. So dink donk.
He's doing his closing statement.
Hello.
Why are
Yeah, I'm
you
gonna
pressing the
die.
button?
I'm
Okay,
gonna
okay,
die
okay. Do you need
here.
food?
I'm gonna die.
Okay,
I've
first
asked
of
for
all,
food, y'all. I've asked for food like
He
multiple
gave
times.
food,
I
no?
need like a lot of food and a drink.
okay. Listen, this is what
Well,
I'll do.
actually, I
I'll
have
go.
drinks. I just need food. I'm literally.
I'll
I
go
need
get
to
you
go
food
back.
and bandages. Okay.
Hey, give me
I'll get
food
you
and bandages too. I want food and bandages.
Fuck off.
Come on.
Do you guys have
Never
food?
stolen-
Give me food,
stolen
please.
gun? What is that under?
I feel like I'm the worst cop ever. I'm being a lawyer right now. I'm legit.
You are being
you're
a
okay.
lawyer. I mean,
You are.
you're making like good. You're making arguments that are like good to think about. To be fair.
I just want to get this fucker and get him right. I don't want. Trust me. I don't want to let him go. Fuck Alex Suarez. On God, preach it, baby. Fuck Alex Suarez and his stupid 100mm stupid car. Okay, but I want to get him the right way, and I feel like, oh man, the legal system does not help us yet.
I mean, maybe he just shouldn't have used a gun that he used to shoot cops
Well,
with.
I'm not
like 2 hours
questioning-
earlier.
I'm not questioning him on the gun. I'm questioning if we made a mistake and now we can no longer, you know, I think right. I think actually I just thought about it. What if, guys? I'm a genius. What if we release him, immediately publish a warrant, and then arrest him again? Because that way. Think about it.
That makes it it look way
sense.
worse to
No,
a court.
Yeah, that makes it look like.
That makes it look
But
like
yeah,
we're trying to
legally,
cover up
made a
that we fucked up.
legally, that's right, because we have made a mistake. Okay, I believe we made a
I don't-
mistake. Right? I don't believe it's like stupidity. I think we've
Okay.
made a mistake. I think if we release him and push the warrant like we have to, right, and then just arrest him again legally, we've done it right.
What part of this isn't legally
Can you
done
go and
right,
get food,
though?
please? Because he's gonna die,
I think
and I'm also gonna
the
die.
holding to run the gun, I think, isn't done
Please,
right.
I'll give you
I'm still
money.
using the principle of the holding to
Bradford.
Yeah.
the gun.
Yeah.
Is
Actually,
Suarez
can I? I'm
GSR
still a
positive
cadet.
sign in evidence?
No, I'll add it.
Just get all of that in.
Yeah, I'll get all of it. We need food though, because Suarez is gonna die. I'm gonna die. Everybody's gonna
I'm
die.
gonna
here.
die too. It's over for me,
okay.
guys.
Okay.
So what's
Maybe a
going
Papa
on? Is
Sergeant
he
run?
getting another lawyer?
Thank you.
What are we doing now? I don't know what's going on with him.
Yeah, he's on this way.
Who? Murphy?
Murphy. Yeah. Let me just give him the bandages.
I do apologize for being annoying as fuck, sir.
It's not annoying. I mean, you believe it's one way, and that's fine. It's just
I just
I
learned
mean-
sorry, go on.
no. Go ahead. You're good.
I just learned a lot as a lawyer. I was fired, and then I realized I was making a lot of mistakes as a cop, and a lot of police officers were losing cases because of the stupidest of shit. They'd have all their logic right. They'd have all the reasoning, but like they'd forget to read their rights, or they wouldn't answer the question right, or they would file the report wrong, or they'd be missing a segment of it. And I'd attack those technicalities, and I'd win on it, right? And if I was, I use that knowledge now in my arrest. If I was a lawyer, I'd check on my own police work. What would be my weakest point? And I can see this all being thrown out because of the way we've handled the movement and Suarez is right, which I don't think anyone's done wrong or stupid or maliciously. I think it's just an oversight of the processing system.
I think you would have a case civilly, but you would have no case to. It would not get the charges would not get thrown out. I think you'd have a case to say like, or maybe you'd have a case if you argued it right. You might have a case of like,
I don't want to get sued.
Unlawful detainment or whatever. But in all reality, like, there's no fruit of the poisonous tree. We would have had the gun regardless. We would have ran it regardless. We would have found the charges regardless.
Yeah.
So it's like,
and I'm not arguing with that. I agree.
Yeah, You're arguing like we shouldn't have kept him detained while we were looking at it.
Yeah, right. So which is why. So I'm gonna say the dumbest shit ever, but technically, legally, we can do this, and I believe it would clear us of the scenario, right, of the wrongdoing. Now, hear me out. I'm going to sound like a stupid idiot for a second. What if...
well, it wouldn't be the first time, but go on.
But thank you, sir. What if we... This is going to sound like the shittiest thing ever, but it would legally clear us. We release him now because we brought him here unlawfully. We now have our evidence to arrest him. We release him, uncuff him, immediately push the warrant, and then immediately arrest him again. That's the technicality that gets avoided, because now we've released him, and now we've pushed our charges later, because we've released him from the detainment, where we were not allowed to detain him. And now we've arrested him again.
Why don't we just put him on a 24-hour hold and immediately release him into our custody? Because that would also cover us, with that logic.
Yeah, but then you're going to get a judge involved, and that's just going to get nasty.
24-hour holds are command.
It's scummy as fuck, but this is the, like, I know it's like, oh yes, we can get a lawsuit civilly, but I don't want to. So if I fucked up and I got a lawsuit civilly as a PPO, would that look good to my superiors?
I don't think anybody would care, if I'm being honest.
So respectfully, I think that's a fucking problem.
I mean, it is. I agree. I just don't. I think like in this scenario, I don't think anybody would like think lowly of it, because
we should.
I think we're all on the same page.
We should, right? Like we should learn from our mistakes as people. And I believe if someone got civilly sued, they should, if they were being negligent and stupid, they should be punished for it, right? But if it's like a learning matter and the PD's learned something, because the PD is allowed to learn as well, I don't think we should be, be like, fuck it. Am I right? Civil. What are they gonna do? Man can't fire me. I always want to, like, I'm not trying to, like, treat Suarez differently. I do this for every criminal, and I've released people in serious assaults and killings because the judge wouldn't pick up a case within fucking 4 weeks, I always try and make sure that the criminals are processed the right way, because as a lawyer, brother, it is so fucking annoying to deal with us as a lawyer. I'm not gonna lie. Like, the 5-day waiting period, the fucking 2 weeks to get a court case running, the cops knowing that they don't have to drop any charges because no cop or lawyer is going to go through with the processing of charges, and getting the FOIA in court, and it takes weeks, and people usually don't stick to their promise because of how long it takes. Cops use this. It's a silent abuse that happens all the time. And I'm trying to make my change in the PD and make it so we're not doing that, which is why I often, while prosecute criminals, I also protect them a little bit.
Okay. I mean, I understand what you're saying. That's why anytime if I press charges that I know I'm willing to talk down, or lower whenever they want to talk down, to give them like some sense of like, they're doing their job. But
1 second. Thank you.
Do I get food?
I think what's the name? McNaught again in it.
Oh, okay. What's going on in there?
He's saying that I accidentally said that he was arrested and that I shouldn't have moved them because you're not allowed to move when they're detained. But I'm telling him we are allowed to move when they're detained for further question, whatever, yada yada. We got allowance, and he's saying no. Suarez.
Tell him when he gets a law degree, then he can actually know what he's talking about.
Exactly, which is what I'm trying to say, but he's just skipping over it.
Respectfully, I do have a law degree, and I'm siding with him.
Respectfully, I'm telling you that's not correct. We have him for a custodial interrogation. It's exactly what this is.
Where can I find that?
Literally Google custodial interrogation.
Where can I find it on our legislation and in our SOPs?
We don't have it on either, just like we don't have how
But
to
then it
detain
doesn't
somebody
exist.
properly on either. We don't. Then fucking arresting and detaining doesn't exist if it's not in legislation.
But then that needs to get fixed.
Then that's not our fucking problem.
Well, I think it's not in the SOPs that say to detain
I'm trying
people.
to. It is in our SOPs, but it's not in our legislation. A custodial interrogation is detaining somebody for questioning. It's the same thing. We just bring them here.
Okay, but where?
It's just a fancy term.
Well,
It's the same thing as you saying reasonable articulable suspicion is just RS.
Yeah, but that's but that's not the like what I'm trying to say, right? It's not like a shortening of something that we have into effect. It's not legislation. It's a piece of written text in a lawful book or like a legislation or an SOP or a guideline or something that says can be held up and used in court as defined, right? You're saying that it exists as in this case against you.
Oh, sorry.
As
What
against you extra privileges, right?
What I'm telling you is that a custodial interrogation is the same thing as detaining somebody and bringing them in for questioning, or questioning somebody on the side of the street. We just do it in Mission Row. It's the same thing as like when you say reasonable articulable suspicion. It's the same exact thing as reasonable suspicion. There is no difference.
I'm gonna quickly review our SOPs. I believe I recall stating that doesn't exist. I'm gonna recall. I can't recall exactly. Give me a moment. I want to recite over SOPs.
Which part doesn't exist?
I think there's something that glasses over detainment that says you may not move him. And I remember speaking with Chief about
well, don't
not
leave. Let's
moving
look at it. Let's look at it together then.
Yeah, okay. I want to double check
Because
this.
last time I've asked judges and they don't give a fuck about it, so we need to figure this out then.
Well, they should. That's a shame.
We got to keep in mind, like, the judges had no say in our SOPs, so our SOPs aren't legal, or well, they're legal, but like they're not like backed by law, I guess.
Well, I mean, SOP is always changing. Let me find it.
Did you have more food?
Let me hide my
Yeah.
screen.
Oh, thanks.
My screen hidden. Yes.
I would like cheese balls and crackers, please.
No, you're getting tacos, brother.
Page 29.
Alright, let's see.
Entertainment.
Hey, Suarez just told me that somebody stated he was under arrest.
Yeah, I worded it wrong. I'm sorry.
Did you backpedal?
What?
Did you say, like you're detained? What was stated?
So I informed him numerous amount of times you're detained and we're moving you to
Oh,
whatever
shit.
MRPD
It backs
for
me
further
up.
questioning, yada yada. And then he.
So I'm seeing a bit in
kept
here that backs
complaining
me
and
up. Come over
everything.
here.
Okay.
Actually, no. I'll just add a bit.
Something before you guys come over.
we'll go
It's
over here.
okay. You're okay. You're okay.
So it does say under detention. It
Yeah,
says
I'm looking at it right now.
yeah. Detention must
A
last
brief,
no longer than necessary. It must be conducted with the least intrusive and reasonably available means. We don't have the availability to run a gun on a scene.
Right. So bringing them here is the most reasonable available means.
But it says we can't do that. It says
Where does it say we can't move them?
it doesn't say we can. I guess it says doesn't say we can, doesn't say we can't. I guess it's what you interpret as intrusive, right?
Well, intrusive would be like, yeah, that's true.
I don't
Intrusive
think it's intrusive to say move someone off the road for their safety or take them to the hospital because they've been shot. But it's intrusive to move them from the scene where they have been detained and move them down here. That I do think has been articulated and proven in court to be intrusive. And if you want to Google, you can Google that too.
I don't know where he is.
I think there's more stances to what you're trying to say, but I do believe it is intrusive.
But
if you had more, yes. Like I don't think it's like every single crime is like no matter what you can never bring anyone down here. I believe you can. I think you should be able to. But in this particular scenario, I don't believe we can.
So what would you interpret as reasonably available?
Reasonably available. Flashlight, evidence collection. Anything that we have that's already available in a public, a private MDTs that we can move.
If he's in our custody, right? Legally speaking, we do not have to let him go if we are still investigating him being a part of that shooting. regardless if whatever was legal or not.
If we had probable cause, like that's on the
We
scene,
don't
right?
need PC.
So we
You
can.
seen RS.
So my bad. I misspoke. So what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
I apologize. I misspoke. What I'm trying to say is we can detain him and hold him as long as we can to search him with the available tools that we have, and it doesn't make it intrusive to go get more tools, which is the same thing that's used on waiting for K9, right? We can't wait for more tools. We have to use the tools that's available for us here and there. And if we don't got the tools, we can't wait for the tools. And so at the time, we can hold him to use the tools we have available, but we can't hold him longer to get more tools. And we held him longer to get more tools. We held him to wait for the K9. That's why I'm like so strong arguing against this, because I want to fuck Suarez so hard you got no idea. I want the top of his head to blow off. I want to stack him with all the charges in the world. But I want to get him, and I want to smile knowing that I got him perfectly right. But in this case, I think officers had the perfect intent and did everything right. When I mean everything right, I believe. Look, there was a fuck up. It wasn't intentional. I don't think anything did anything wrong. I think it was just an accident, a genuine accident in a scene of crazy shit going on. And I think, I don't think we can push the charge right now. We need to release him and push the warrant. Otherwise, we're going to get fined civilly. Criminally, you are right. Civilly, we are fucked. I will agree with you on the criminal versus civil stuff.
Wait, so are we not allowed to move them if they're detained or what?
No, first of all, this is so fucking annoying.
So just do 3 first, Stanley first.
Not Croc being annoying. It's annoying in general that
I'm
we're still
annoying
stuck
in
with these
general.
fucking
I
gray
agree.
areas. No, I'm annoyed that we're still stuck with these stupid ass fucking gray areas 6 months in. This is fucking annoying.
For now, just go with Tree.
Legally speaking, yes, we can move people off the scene if we have to further investigate their involvement with an active scene. I usually only do it with violent felonies like this one. With that being said, if you want to, if it'll, make you feel better, Croc, go do your warrant thing that you wanted to do. Release them and then immediately bring them into custody for having a warrant.
Yeah, I mean, I'm the AO. Listen, I don't really listen. As long as I'm not doing anything wrong, I don't care how it's done. Listen, like,
oh fuck!
I'm fine with pushing a warrant. I could care less. I really, really don't care.
Look, we don't have the PC to say, he's 100% in fact involved with all these chases with this gauntlet, but I'm not chasing this fucking gauntlet for the next 3 days over and over again for a single warrant. So figure out what you want to do, release him, throw a warrant out, whatever. I don't give a fuck. This isn't my suspect. You have the authority to move people off a scene. McNulty has already said that a judge confirmed it. If he sues, then he sues. Let that happen, whatever. But at this point in time, it's something that needs to be figured out in terms of, to get rid of this gray area.
Well,
either erase it and make it white, or color it darker and make it black.
In a sec, Brad. I think at this point, I've given my thoughts, and I agree with you. I want to smash out this gray shit. I want to be able to arrest someone, and there ain't no question, baby. But this is why I brought this up, because they're gonna use it against us, and I don't want to. He's gonna absolutely run circles around us, knowing that he won on a technicality. We need to. This is the next cop. I know that he.
What do you mean by one on a technicality? Because the way you're saying it makes it sound like you're worried the charges are going to get dropped or something.
The charge, yeah, because of they will. I've done this before.
They won't.
Everything's legal. There is no fruit of the poisonous tree with this. The gun was put in our custody legally. The only thing that
okay, maybe not the charges. It'll civilly. We're gonna get sued. I'm trying to avoid the PD a civil lawsuit, because there's another thing that you risk. You also risk this becoming a case law, and you risk this becoming a legislation, and you risk the judges making something that fucks us.
What do you mean risk? What's a risk in that?
The risk is there's a possibility that right now the systems that we have in place, if there is a criminal scumbag out there smart enough like Suarez to take this to court, and they use the same arguments that I'm using here against us, this gray area will be defined. And that new definement might assist us. That new definement might fuck us and restrict us. We don't know what they're going to define. They may define, fuck it, you know, you can move him anywhere, or you may be defined. Actually, you can't move him. Period. You can't even run the gun.
Okay, but that could happen either way.
It'll definitely happen if we get civilly sued.
Right, but it'll happen regardless.
Case law cannot be created if we don't get a lawsuit. We need to avoid the lawsuit.
Okay, so if you let him go right now, what's stopping him from doing a lawsuit of being held up until this point?
We gotta. I need more time to think to reply to that. I don't have a response.
He could definitely still.
I need to
if he
Google
wanted
more.
to. I mean, he could go for a civil suit.
What?
Nothing.
There's nothing to Google. I mean, you know, he could.
If you
sue us.
in my mind as a police officer, if you're worried that something could turn into a lawsuit, there's a chance that there's already a good chance that it will turn into a lawsuit.
Well,
or there's a possibility of it.
I know that like the lawsuit may already happen. I don't want to double down. You know what I mean?
Don't be a pussy.
It's not.
So a judge defining it isn't.
It's not about being a pussy, sir. It's about exercising
double
rights.
down.
Double down.
No,
Double down.
I won't double down, sir.
Pull a Sony.
What are we doing, Bradford?
I mean, I just
ultimately
listen.
Bradford's the AI. I've given my advice,
so
but ultimately
I just want to make sure I literally asked the whole thing that you're talking about to another judge, and they said what we did was completely fine. I just want to say that.
Who is the judge?
Gatsby.
Low key, I trust Norman Adams. High key, Gatsby dumb.
I mean, now
Did
we
you
got
say my name?
now.
Sorry, did you say my name?
Nobody said Loki,
He just
what?
meant like low key, like the
Oh.
word.
Oh,
So we've
dumbass.
asked
Fucking
two.
stupid.
We've asked two judges now, and they've said that what we did was fine. I'm just saying, Croc. So I listen. I don't know.
It's your choice. It's your decision.
Yeah, but now the thing is, I don't want to
Look,
be looked at as
look,
like
how's
a
the deal?
dickhead.
Here's the deal. You do what you feel is best.
Oh
Do not stop. You do what you feel is best. If you feel that you want to do it as we're about to do it, or as you're about to do it, excuse me, do it. Don't second guess yourself. You do it how you were going to do it the first time. I will go and have an extensive talk with the judges, and we'll figure out this gray area to turn it black and white. All right?
Yeah.
Charge him as you were going to do it before, like, Croc even stepped foot over here, or whatever.
Do what you think is best, Brad. You're the AO here.
I will go
I'm-
have a
I'ma
full-on
hear-
conversation to see what's going on with them.
Yeah. I'm gonna hear what Braun says, and then I'll go from there. We'll see.
All right. I'm going to go figure this
Thank
stuff
you for
out.
talking to
Let
me,
know what
Decker.
happens. Yeah, no problem.